Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. I have Chief Garrett Grogan with the City of Patterson, and it's the beginning of the year, so let's kind of do a recap of 2024. Let's go right back into last year.
Yes.
How was it?
2024 was a great year for the city of Patterson. When I first took office in 19, we came in with a bunch of shooting and stuff, shooting around, people just firing off guns. And in 2024, we kind of minimized all of that. Everything has been great.
I think maybe I can attest to that because, just from the news standpoint, didn't see much in the reports.
Right.
It was pretty quiet. Hadn't heard a lot, even watching social media, because
Yes.
that's where you get a lot of the folks who go to either complain or even congratulate. And I really hadn't heard too much going on. Why do you believe that has been the case for Patterson to be so quiet in the last year?
Actually, the constant patrolling of the officers, I commend each and the men and women at the Patterson Police Department because they've done a great job. They've actually get out. They actually get out in the community, meet with the kids, go into the schools, and they patrol throughout the city to keep things going.
Yeah. And also, too, you're fully staffed.
Yes.
Yes. How
For
does
the
that feel?
first time in a while, we are fully staffed at Patterson Police Department, and like I say, guys could take their vacations and don't have to worry about if somebody's going to be able to work for them, and they could be sick, and we still have enough to cover everybody's shift.
And I'm gonna tell you, I think also when you came into office, you talked about community policing. How is that going?
That's awesome because, like I say, the guys actually get out and talk with the community. They go into the school. The biggest thing is going into the schools because if we could reach the kids, we could reach anybody else because they are our future. So our number one thing is dealing with the kids. And our SRO, he's awesome. Josh gets into the school. The teachers loves him. The superintendent has nothing but great things to say about him, but he keeps us up to date on the actual stuff that's going on in the school to let the guys know on the road, I need you this time, I need you here. We go and do fire drills and all that stuff with the schools.
Now we're gonna kind of shift a little bit in our conversation. You gotta
Okay.
always start off good,
Yeah,
and then
I
it just
know.
kind of trickles and trickles, and then we can
Okay.
kind of go back up.
Okay.
But with today and what's going on in the world, everywhere, lots of schools are being impacted. Lots of students, lots of parents. Are you guys focused on just active shooting? Are you more up to date with your training?
Yes, we are more up to date with our training. Also, we're going to be doing more trainings in the schools. Our SRO, Josh Diaz, is going to plan some things for our guys to go into the schools because if something happens in the school, we need to know how to get in, how to get out, and where to go, where the tucks, and all these type of things are in these schools.
Yeah, now we haven't heard anything, and I'm always say this, it can happen anywhere. We always say, oh, it won't happen here, but it could happen anywhere.
Well, with the incident that happened a while back, it's getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
So that what makes each police department, each integers, the Burrick, Sheriff's Office, all these guys, they've been training a lot. We are getting to train a lot, and it lets us know that just because it happened our way, it's not that it's going to happen right around the corner from us. Yeah. So we definitely is aware of the situation, and we're going to be getting together because I know the chiefs, we're going to have a meeting and we're going to discuss some things of what we could do and how we can go by to trying to help each other if that arises or come to effect in our area.
Yeah, you guys actually meet often,
Yes.
the chief of each department. Do you guys also meet with the sheriff? I mean, is it
Yes.
all a collaborative effort?
When we say chiefs,
Okay.
we consider the sheriff
Okay.
a part of us, no
Yeah.
matter what. He's a sheriff, but he still is a part of our meeting. He
Okay.
comes in with us too, and he has his guys, and we'll sit there and discuss if it's something important to bring up at that particular time in that meeting. They'll bring it up and we'll discuss it to see how we can handle that situation throughout the parish.
That's something I haven't exactly heard about when it comes to Patterson. You never hear a canine officer necessarily. Have you guys added a canine
Yes,
unit?
we finally bit that bullet and grabbed one, and she was donated to us.
Okay.
Zoey was donated. She was donated to us, and we started to training her and Ned Davis. He's an awesome dog trainer. He's an awesome man with the dog. So him and Zoey went to training. They passed with flying colors. Actually, We've been asked to have her come to New Orleans and help with them with searches, and he went there last month. He went to New Orleans and helped them with some training and stuff and searching of the schools.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's round one. Round two is going to get tougher and tougher. You ready for it?
Yes, we can do it.
All right. Y'all come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. My guest, Chief Garrett Grogan with the City of Patterson. And here we go. You ready for it? So the hot topic one of the hot topics in the City of Patterson has been the 5% reduction in salary pay or wage pay. And that's across the board. Now, initially, from what we understood, is that there were some talks that it was going to exclude the PD, police department. However, we've learned that across the board, it's across the board, which means it affects police officers. Now, it doesn't affect you because you're an elected official.
Right.
Now, I was told 5% could be about $100. Do you know if that's what it equates to?
I'm not sure exactly what it equates to, but any percentage from a police officer at this day and time is a lot.
Yes.
Because they have families. And I understand that the city is in a deficit right now, and they're trying to make that deficit up. They're trying to correct it. But I just hope that we can figure out something that we can rethink it and find out other range means to make up this deficit instead of hurting these guys, because Patterson has been a great place where people just wanted to work at Patterson Police Department. They come from near and far to work for us. And we make it feasible for them because we allow them to take a unit home. And that was a couple of things I speak up on also about taking the units. But if you take the units from the guys, we're definitely going to lose a lot of officers, because I can't make it mandated that they come jump in their personal vehicle and fly to Patterson and come go work a rape or burglary or anything that happens within the city that requires them to come out, because they're on call 24 hours a day.
And I know as chief, you probably got your ear to the wire. And have you heard many people saying that this is really going to greatly affect, how I move on forward? Because not only, in addition to the 5% reduction, there's talk, and right now it's tabled as of now, as of this date. The date is the 9th of January, so that very well could change. That health insurance, those benefits could be cut from your dependents or other family members, and it will just be for individuals, single individuals who are employed with the city of Patterson. And I know anytime that I've gone anywhere to work, now granted I've been single for a long time and then I got married, but I just needed to worry about myself. But when you have a family, that extension really helps, and that could be taken away likely in November.
You have buzz going around about if that was to happen, but I have to find a way now to try to boost back up my morale with my guys because of the 5% and the talking of the deducting the family members off of the insurance. Like I say again, nothing against the council and the mayor. It's just that I need to figure out something that's going to help my guys, to help them beneficial to continue coming to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna make sure I slow down past Patterson. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, everybody should.
Everybody
should be mindful of the speed in the city of Patterson and in the parish, because we're not the only ones writing citations. If you go a little further, you have Berwick, you have Morgan City, and the sheriff's office. But constantly coming through Patterson, it has, we have slowed people down because we've lost a lot of lives because of the U-turns and stuff that they've gotten in town. That helps too. But we definitely need 70, 80 miles an hour is too fast.
Yes.
For a small city, because you blink your eye, you're
and
out
we don't,
of it.
And I laugh at that because that's what you guys are known for as well. But we don't have a lot of just frontage roads. We don't have service roads, so it does make it a little difficult getting on and off the roadway. But we thank you very much for the service that you provide. We were talking about the pay, and it was said also at that meeting, state police. Now, state police, with a little bit of research, starting pay is like $55,000. That's
and
starting pay.
we're not close to that.
Yeah.
We're not close to that.
No. But I also want to know, look, I mean, I'm just a little layman here, just wanting to see if there's something I could say and add to that. What about details? Do you think maybe there'll be more details to maybe kind of help some officers gain a little extra
Because
money?
we're confined to the city limits of Patterson, because we're confined with the city limits of Patterson, we don't have that many details for our guys to work. The major thing that we have is the community center,
Yeah.
and they work details over there. And if we don't watch it, they're talking about trying to cut the details, trying to cut the
Oh,
community center.
oh, good. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take another break. Come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Of course, we were just talking about the 5% reduction across the board, which does affect the police department, and very well could affect the morale in your office because you're fully staffed right now,
Right.
and hopefully it will stay that way.
Yes.
But even just the potential of having the health insurance cut from your extended family, like your wife or your dependents, that very well has been tabled as of now. Like I said, today is January 9th, but again, the city has up until I believe November of 2025 to really either refine that, make changes. We talked about maybe boosting up details. You said, well, there's not many
Not many details in Patterson.
to be had. But also, too, your department is the only department, I think, within St. Mary Parish that houses DOCs, which is Department of Correction inmates.
Yes.
And you make a little bit of money for that.
And we took the necessary things and fixed our jails and our cells, so we're able to get more DOC prisoners and more females that we can house at the PD.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened? What kind of
Well, it's the
renovations?
wear and tear that we had on the jail, the water, the showers and the toilets and stuff. We had to get all that up to par to get passed by DOC to be able to allow to house their prisoners.
So far, I know you can't predict the future, but do you think you'll be able to bounce back?
At some point in time, but for right now, we just have to try to continue doing what we're doing at the police department. Our fines and forfeitures, doing what we have to do. But our biggest thing is making the community safe.
Question for you. I know that you have a substantial budget. Do you have the authority to make up the 5%?
If it was, okay, the statement that the mayor made in the council meeting that I can recommend so-and-so get 3%, yes, I can. If it was in my budget. If it's not in my budget, I can't do it because where you gonna find the money from? If I was to type up a letter and send it next door to the mayor for so-and-so to get a raise or something like that, it has to be in my budget in order for me to make up the difference. Yeah. And by being cut 5%, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give each officer 5% raise to make up the difference that's being cut. If it's not in my budget, I can't do it.
Yeah. Now, I will say, of course, this was discussed, but this was already voted on.
The 5%?
Yes.
Yes, that did not happen at the meeting we just had Tuesday. That was in a special call meeting that the council agreed to take 5% across the board. That was just a general discussion in the meeting on Tuesday.
Yes.
Was a general discussion of what they had already done from last meeting.
Right. So this was actually, and from what we understand, initial thoughts by at least one of the council members said, well, I thought that it was separated, or the PD was separated. However, we found out that it is across the board.
Right.
The good thing about, your department, your officers don't have to live within the city limits. You
No.
still can pull from
They
other
still,
outside of
from
the
outside sources, yes.
Yeah. But right now, no more hiring as of now.
We good because we're fully staffed. And if I lose a person, I probably won't hire anybody in that spot at that particular time. I just have to play it by ear
And that would also
watch it
free up
go.
some money.
And that would rejuvenate
Yeah.
some more money for the thing. But I don't want any of my guys to leave. The ones I have there, I'm secure with them. I enjoy them. I respect them. I know they could do the job in the city of Patterson. So I'm not wishing for any of my guys to go, but I understand because they're doing it for the betterment of their families. I clearly understand that. I wouldn't tell nobody that they can't go somewhere else to do better for their families, but I just hope they would stay.
Yes. When you mentioned that, having someone to leave, if they were to leave, would you be able to use that money?
Yes.
Okay. So you would be able to kind of circulate that and move that around.
Yes.
All right. All right. 3 down. You're still on your feet.
Let's
You're
go.
doing good.
We
Now,
good.
put some Vaseline on you real quick. Check those cuts and wounds. That's okay. No, y'all come on back. We have one more segment left right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Chief Garrett Grogan with City of Patterson. Community. You said really, really big on community policing. Every year, all of the departments in St. Mary Parish participate in National Night Out. It seems like all the National Night Out programs are doing very, very well. But that's also too, you guys all work together. Like if Morgan City has theirs, you guys are typically out there. I think vice versa.
We try to get with each department and we invite them to ours. And 9 times out of 10, they sending somebody to come represent their department. And everybody go to each officer's night out to show our community involvement and our relationship with each other. Because we such a Patterson, Berwick, Morganton, the sheriff's office is like right there. We all together. And we try to hold each other hand to help with whatever situation that comes up. And especially when we're doing something like that, giving to the kids, we all want to be a part of it.
Now you guys are going to start to get pretty busy. I mean,
Yes.
right now you're kind of smooth sailing, just kind of coasting. But Mardi Gras, and I say this, and maybe I'm predicting it because I've been pretty good at predicting some things on this show. Because of the things, unfortunately, that have gone on in New Orleans, people still love Mardi Gras.
Yes.
People still love the atmosphere. And for the most part, in St. Mary Parish, it's a family vibe. So
Yes.
I think you're probably going to see a lot more people out there.
We always see more people because that's a time when they're out from work, they're out from school, they're out from colleges. Everybody want to come back home, and that's when they meet up with everybody at a particular spot. Our spot is going to be MLK after the parade, and that's going to be a block party thing that we allow the citizens to do every year. But if we see where it gets out of hand, we shut it down.
Let's talk about that. I'm going to tell you, I have actually been out there and enjoyed it. Brought my little doggy out there last year. He enjoyed it. That has been going on for quite some time now. And I'm going to tell you, typically, it's crazy. You bring in the crowd, you bring in a problem.
Yes.
How have you been able to manage the crowd control?
I'm going to go back again with that community involvement in our relationship with other agencies. We have other agencies that send officers to assist us because it's only so much we could do. But when we have from Live Oak to Cherry Street, that's a large block. And we have a lot of people out there. So we need the help. Those guys come in and they help us until that thing is over with. They come for the parade, and then after the parade, they come and we post them up in certain areas on MLK. And it's been great. We're not there to vex any person that's out there. We just out there for the safety of everyone and the community.
I will say this, and I'll take this time. I don't typically always try to praise openly as much, but I think sometimes you guys deserve it, definitely. I notice when you're out there, hey, coach, because you're also a coach,
The thing with me is I grew up in Patterson. That's my life. Patterson is my life. I grew up there. And I went from school to teaching in the school, coaching, police officer. And to me, all of them are not the same, but I work them like they're the same because my knowledge of knowing who you are helps me do my job as a police officer.
That's very good. Some wise words there.
Yes.
Yeah. I say, and like I mean no disrespect when I say I don't like to preach. I like to keep it unbiased, but I do know I've been out there. I've seen you out there, and most of the time it's not necessarily chief. It's mostly hey coach. So I think people in the community just know you and they respect you. Also, speaking of MLK, they also have that. That's another likely crowded event. I haven't necessarily heard of any issues during that time, but you know, are you going to do anything differently this year?
No, we're only gonna direct the parade. We're gonna be there with the parade. Then they'll find a location where they feed people at and stuff like that. That's always a calm place to be, where everybody go there and talk, and then they disperse. So it's not big of a problem.
All right. Well, with that said, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I hope to see you back in the next couple of months. Give you a rest.
Anytime.
But come on back. We'd like to just always do updates with our local law enforcement and our mayors. So the door is always open. Speaking of which, what about you? Is your door always open to the public?
Always open. I'm there from 9 o'clock up until I either go and I'm headed to softball practice or something like that, but I'm always at the office.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Y'all take care.